Shalom, Kalalalimla, Yahweh Hashem Shai, Hashem Kodash, the Lunas, the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Akim pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. To the men, women, and children that believe in the doctrine and call upon the name of Yahweh Hashem Shai. Shalom to you as well. Alright, this is Kazakh and Ashar from GMS Jamaica, Portland branch, and we're out here. We'll come to do a quick lesson. Hopefully it is edifying. Alright. Just to hit the point that the is, and whatever smooth things that these leaders come out and say, the war is still inevitable. According to prophecies. If you believe in the scriptures, you believe in the Most High, and wait upon deliverance, wait upon Yahweh Shai to make the return, then just know that all these things have to take place first. So, the word, them always do it out here in Jamaica. So them on the prayer meeting for a day of prayer for whatever issue may be happening. I think the last time them do it for I don't even remember, but as something that the Christian community in Jamaica always do. Them big prayer meetings are called for a big day of prayer or whatever. But that just showed them lack of understanding and them lack of the spirit, because this, in order for any peace at all come, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to come and destroy this wicked society, and then we're gonna have everlasting peace.
Right.
Amen.
And if the rightful rulers of the world not in the right stead, there will be no peace. Right? And that rightful ruler is Israel. Just a quick one, because you mentioned that it's inevitable, the war must come. This is Romans 9 and verse start of say then unto me, why doeth he yet find fault? For who had resist his will? Right? No one can resist the will of Yahweh Shem Shai. And the will of the Lord is that a war must come right before Israel go back into their rulership.
Can. Right. So so we're gonna just jump to the precept, after that. This is Joel 3 and verse 9, and it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all you heathen. Why this keep on come up, man? Assemble yourselves and come, all you heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to stand. Thither call your Here will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
And these mighty ones are the superpowers.
Yep.
Right? You have the America, you have the China, you have Russia, and then you have these other nations that possess nuclear weaponries. right? You have the Iran, right,
Right.
and so on and forth.
Yeah, yeah, you have whole heap of different alliances. You see me? Um, just like you mentioned, the main powers at play in this conflict is America, Russia, and also China. Seen, and we see the things then will take place. We see the preparations for war. Whether I want to be trade war, the trade wars, um, economic by gold or anything. You know, really, you know, at at first, you can say it was by power, not officially. I'm just saying that it was backed by power, the power of the American army. But now, them no longer have that influence where certain nations afraid of them. You know what I mean? A lot of these nations are no longer afraid of America. See, that's why even the same precept here says, "Let the weak say, I am strong." See, because a lot of weak nations out there stand up to these bigger nations. Yeah.
Yeah, even Chinese China is a great example, right? Because China basically become a superpower over time, overnight, you could say, right? Because in the time of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, right, where them basically
No man, that a Japan.
yeah man, when them basically attacked Japan, it
Oh.
wasn't like China was a superpower back then, right? It was basically Japan and Chinese in a bitter conflict, and we
Con.
see where Chinese them just having military might and all these stuff. Yeah, China was actually a country that faced um famine, right? And then I don't remember the leader's name, but they had to turn it to a country where them basically work for free labor, and that's so not necessarily free labor but for cheap labor, right? And that's so China basically grew.
Build up the economy. Uh, Con.
Yeah, so the same point to say that the weak strong, that's a good nation as example. And even Russia, because Russia was beaten down by America in the conflict, right?
Con.
Where the USSR basically, I think it's that in that time when the USSR basically split.
Yeah. Continue.
You can continue the preset one.
Oh. Uh, Um, yeah, so it says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yehoshaphat, for there I sit to judge all the heathen round about. You know what I mean? So yeah, all of these nations are gonna gather in a one spot, you know what I mean, in the Middle East, for that ultimate conflict, that ultimate war. And during that conflict, America's gonna get destroyed out of it. You know what I mean? Other nations are gonna get destroyed, but America is gonna feel the full force of that conflict, that we are talking about, we are peace and I pray for peace, and really the Most High's will is not for peace, at this time. Seeing it's for take place for some people get destroyed off of the earth, and then him can bring in um the kingdom of Israel, where peace are gonna reign forever.
Can bring out the next verse. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can bring out the Isaiah.
All right. This is. This is Isaiah 13 and verse 4. It says, the noise of a multitude, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustered the hosts of the
Right. So yeah, that of it, the Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle, and the word muster means to prepare something. Right? So the Most High is the one who have prepare all of these nations for together, for go to war. Yeah, the most name Putin, Xi Jinping, all these leaders is the way basically prepare themselves to war. And even though they speak of peace and peace talks and treaties, and ceasefires and all of them things there, but in the background them still are prepared for war, and the one them would need this war take place is America. You know what I mean? Because them a try fight to save them economy. But the thing is, it now go in a for them favor. You see me? It going in them favor. War our actually put them in spot where them they know. Being the world's currency being the reserve currency, are known as the petrodollar. But they don't have that power before, as me say, the dollar was backed by their might, so to speak. But them not no more. They don't have that influence anymore. So them have to go but as I said that it now go in a for them favor this time. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, on a I'm going to say on a lower level, the elites them were the most I put it in their minds, the elites them were basically a plan this war for them plan is to get rid of America too. Alright. Forefront. Sorry. Not Putin. Trump on the forefront where I do all of them madness. You see me?
Yeah, this is Jeremiah 50 and verse 23. Like so I'm of the whole herd asunder and broken, or is Babylon become a desolation among the nations?
That way that's what the tone are gonna be. How is Babylon destroyed? How is America, beaten so badly?
Right. So I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken.
Because America is one of the most powerful nations on the face of the earth, or if not the most. Especially the Edomite Americans, you know what I mean? Patriotism, them are the face of patriotism, and them feel like say, America is invincible. But the most I gonna show them something, yeah? Go on.
Yeah, because it mentions but let me read it from there. Say, oh Babylon, and thou was no. Let me start back from top. It say, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Yeah, so them even know say them know all that You have a lot of people believe that America is the shit same way, and Russia and China basically don't have any superpower the military might here to America. But them think wrong. Yeah, the Lord is the one basically lay that snare and trap to make them think that. You say, and also, yeah, they are found and also caught because they was striven against the Lord. The Lord opened his armory and a yeah, so the Lord give them even the technology to create their own destruction, right? To burn America to just sand and dust, right? And even deceiving these other nations that after America fall will be the next superpower.
Mm-hmm.
But the Lord have other thing coming in because the Lord basically is setting up Israel's kingdom.
Yeah. If if you refer back to the prophecy, even in a Daniel, with the statue, right, where the statue that was the head of gold, the chest of silver, the bronze, and the clay, the iron and the clay. You know what I mean? Those different elements represented different kingdoms. You know what I mean? And right now we can see right now we're at the end, right, of the last kingdom, right, which is the toes and feet of iron and clay. You know what I mean? And the ruling kingdom, or the name of that kingdom, is basically the Roman Empire, right? Which would have been the second part, or the rebirth of the Roman Empire. You see me? And the scripture say, once when Salakia, the scripture say, when the stone, which represents Yahushua, come and break the entire statue, you know what I mean? That's that stone are gonna become a great kingdom, which is the kingdom of Israel. You see me? So there is no we say, China are part of the kingdom are gonna get destroyed and then a different part are gonna take over. No. You see me? We're in at the time of the Roman Empire, and all of these nations round about play a part in that Roman Empire. You see me? That ruling power structure. And once the power structure is destroyed, Israel's power will come into play. Not China, not Moab. You see me? Not another Edomite ruling. You see me? Not Ammon. No other nation.
Yeah. So let me get the next precept. This is multitude. I think it's in Ezra. Let me get it. Let's give me a few. Alright, let me just bring out something before that. This is alright, so yeah, we find the second Ezra, so second Ezra 13 and verse 1. Then it came to pass 7 days I dreamt a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man was strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were under him, that were seen under him.
And that's speaking of Yahushai, you know what I mean, basically coming and conquering everything, yeah. The thousands of heaven are referred to the angels. You know what I mean? In the Psalms they say, the angels are thousands, even 10,000s. So just to paraphrase, he tell her in a Psalms.
Yeah.
So yeah, that the leader or the ruler of the earth basically.
And
That new power structure.
and all this is happening at one time, eh? The
And
downfall of America when they're basically nuking America, right? The Lord is coming in to basically add fire to that fire and deliver Israel,
right.
the elect of Israel at that same time, right? It say, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they that heard his voice, like as a, like as the earth feel it when you feel it the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of the number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew upon it, and that's the chariots of the Lord. And I would have seen the region or place whereof the hill was graven, and I could not. Just like for reference, Independence Day, when that huge chariot came over the city, right? Our Independence Day too, when it landed in the ocean, and they asked where in the ocean, if it's the Pacific or Atlantic or some other one, and they say all of it, yeah, right? It say, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue the man were so afraid, and yet there was fight. And lo, as I saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lift up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon the sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Yeah. So that's the bringing down of America in its entirety, and the nations being subjected to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, and then as giants, the elect of Israel.
Right. So hopefully this video or this lesson was edifying. We're gonna do a continuation, but we don't really want to make the videos too long. You know what I mean? So until the next one, we want to say Shalom and all praises are Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Akakadash, and double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom.